Hi everybody, and welcome to this episode of iSensei. In this episode, we're going to fix up one of your most basic karate techniques, your punch. It doesn't matter if you're going to be applying the punch in the sport, the art, or the self-defense side of karate. All the mechanics are basically the same, and working on the traditional punch can help the end result for all those different domains. So let's start with the most basic part of your punch, your hand position. What I want to do is form a fist that's a natural motion for my body. Think about if I'm grabbing something on strong. I'm not going to grab like this. I'm going to crunch my fingers around and my thumb wraps across. Okay, so you can just practice crunching and uncrunching your hands. All right, once I have a strong fist, I know a lot of the students tend to relax this thumb and it tends to stick out or stick out here. Nice and natural, thumb across from here. All right, then I want to think about my finish position. When I make impact, okay, I want to make sure these front two knuckles are driving into the target. And from that position, okay, strong, all the way up through my wrist, through my elbow, through my shoulder, and connected to my hara, which is my center, my core. The actual force production of punching doesn't start with the fist, but rather starts with your connection to the floor in your stance. So I want to make sure that my feet are driving in the direction of my target. Then I want to make sure my knees are buoyant and locked, ready to force produce. From that connection with the ground, I draw up through my legs, into my hips, and I begin to push forward from my elbow, not my hand dragging my arm, but rather my elbow pushing through. From there, once my elbow starts to leave my body, I begin to rotate. And that's where that end rotation is where the karate punch gets all its power from. From here, once I make impact, everything begins to tighten from my stomach all the way through, transferring that energy into the target. So there's a few drills that you can actually practice to make your punches better. One is just going through slow punches, concentrating on the power development and the mechanics, focusing on being relaxed, producing force, throwing tension at the end of the technique, and then relaxing right away. This is a lot like the punches that we do in our Sanchin kata. Other thing that you can practice is targets. You can either use hard targets like hand pads or soft targets like the belt drills that we do in the classes. Finally, you can also make sure by using mirrors, video, or even a wall that your whole kinetic chain is not breaking down. Your shoulder's not coming up, your elbow's not popping out, and you're landing the technique on the targets. So that's it, guys. Once you know the basics, it's practice, practice, practice. Good luck in your training, and we'll see you in the dojo.